It has been a remarkable, growth over last many years. We feel great that we have been able to build a franchise which is catering to a wide segment of customers, be it salaried, be it self-employed, mostly young guys who are basically, are slightly on the heightened sense of using technology when it comes to taking credit.
True.
And more importantly, this credit is much more dignified in nature, where people can just come to the app or to our web platform, fill details, and on the back of that can get a loan dispersed literally in 2 to 5 minutes. So that is what we have been able to build. First of all, we feel glad about the growth that we have achieved over last many years, and particularly in the last 2 years when we have grown at a rate of around 79%. Beyond growth, what has really given me a sense of satisfaction is around this time when the market has gone through quite a tumult because if you look at what is happening in other sectors, particularly some of the other large players,
right,
one has seen an increase in the risk, but for us during this period we have seen a secular decline in the risk, almost 50% lower than what it used to be before. I think the three factors which I'll highlight which has contributed to this: first and foremost, we have focused on customers who are high quality synonymous with people who are not over leveraged. Though there are many definitions of over leverage, for us the definition is their debt repayment as a proportion of their disposable income is below a particular threshold, and being able to focus on that.
Right.
It has not been an easy decision because it also involved cutting lines with people. Wherever you have seen there are people borrowing beyond their means.
True.
So we have been able to almost, if I think of the last 3-4 years journey, cutting lines of around 4 to 5% of a customer. 4 to 5% may seem like a small number, but makes a world of difference in our setup because right. There's a compounding effect. These are shorter tenure loan, 12 months loan, and so on and so forth. So that's number one. Number two, I think most of the fintech players, and that holds true for us, we have all evolved from being very, very nascent many years back into our adolescence years. So the culture has built around going after growth, which is high quality growth. Having a culture where there are risk thresholds, those risk thresholds cannot be violated, and I think that's the other reason which has contributed in terms of ensuring that we are having a quality growth. Last but not the least, but perhaps the most pronounced thing, this growth has come on the back of high quality partnerships. These partnerships are with merchants who become the bulwark for us to acquire customers. But at the same time, on the provision of capital availability, we have partnered with some of the large NBFCs and banks,
True.
which has allowed the free flow of capital. And at the same time, we are able to play the intermediation role, where we are partnering with our merchants and aggregators and e-commerce players, where we are able to acquire customers and able to serve these guys. For us, compliance is absolutely first. We never build a business thinking compliance is an afterthought. For us, almost all processes, and compliance not defined in a very high-handed, lofty manner, but all the processes, all the customer interaction, it's not only in letter, but also in spirit. You are caring about the customer, you are ensuring that the principles of transparency and disclosure are taken to the last level. I would go to the extent of saying we are at a stage where we don't see compliance as one of the capability, but a true moat. It is not throttling the business, but in some indirect and a pronounced manner, it is actually adding to the business. Because at the end of the day, we being a RBI regulated entity, our customers also identify us. We are living in a stage where customers see transparency
Correct.
No longer as an entitlement, but something which is very, very core to them. And being able to, so we see compliance as a sure source of competitive advantage. And I think that mindset and the culture that we have built has truly helped us, made this thing very, very compliant and helped us in the growth as well.